Hello everyone, welcome to ITLS Academy. Our today's lecture is appendix, and in this appendix we will see some common antibacterial antibiotics. As our topic is common antibacterial antibiotics, we will see a lot of antibiotics, their names, their functions, and what is the strategy by which they function as antibacterial antibiotics. Antibacterial, as the name indicates, anti means against and bacterial means bacteria. So we can say antibacterial is a combination of two parts, that is anti against and bacterial is bacteria. So these are something like this thing that can inhibit bacteria, that is against bacteria, or we can say that will stop growing the bacteria either by killing or by inhibiting. So let's start our today's topic, common antibacterial antibiotics. First of all, we will see what are the antibiotics. What is definition of antibiotics? So the definition is these are substances produced by microorganisms. These are produced by microorganisms or synthetically, can also be synthesized in laboratory, which selectively suppress the growth of or kill other microorganisms at very low concentrations. Here many points are indicated. You can see that first point is produced by microorganism and or it is synthetic and kill other microorganism and at very low concentration. These are few important points of this particular topic. We can say that these are produced by microorganism. Why this is important? This is important because any one microorganism will produce it. If it is natural antibiotic, then one will produce and other microorganism will receive it and stop its growth or stop its functioning. So here, as the name indicates, antibiotics. Anti means against, biotics means life. Something that is against life or that interfere with the life. So one microorganism produce and inhibit other microorganisms growth, or it can also kill other microorganism. And one important point is it work at very low concentration. If antibiotic that will act against microorganisms, and if these are in high concentration, then it will not show its proper effect, because in high concentration bacteria will develop resistance against antibiotics. So it will not be possible for any microorganism or a synthetically derived antibiotic to inhibit their life. So we can say that antibiotics are medicines that help stop infections caused by bacteria. They do so by killing or keeping them from copying themselves or reproducing. They stop the growth of bacteria. They cannot reproduce, so they cannot grow. They cannot grow in a high number. So it becomes very easy to kill them. The word antibiotic means against life, and any drug that kills germs in your body is technically an antibiotic. So we are going to see a brief overview of antibiotics. Definition: in the strictest sense, antibiotics are antibacterial substances produced by various species of microorganisms. And these microorganisms may be bacteria, fungi, and actinomycetes. All of these microorganisms can produce antibiotics. And the function of antibiotic is that suppress the growth of other microorganism. Common uses often extends the term antibiotics to include synthetic antimicrobial agents. Antimicrobial means anti, it is against, and microbial, that is microorganisms. Antimicrobials are something that are against microorganisms that can kill all kind of microorganisms, while antibacterials are something that can kill or inhibit only bacteria. This is the difference of antimicrobial and antibacterial substances. Some antimicrobial substances are sulfonamides and quinolones. These two are antimicrobial agents. The first antibiotic to be discovered was penicillin. Penicillin was the very first antibiotic that was discovered, and its discovery was an accident. It was discovered accidentally, not intensely. Penicillin is a natural product of Penicillium mold. It is a natural product of the penicillium. It is a Penicillium notatum. It is a mold, or it is a fungi, and innumerable microbial products have been investigated since then. After the discovery of penicillin, there's a lot of investigations that discovered a lot of antibiotics. Semi-synthetic antibiotics. These are chemically modified natural antibiotics. So here comes a point why these are modified. We have studied semi-synthetic antibiotics are chemically modified. So why they are modified? Let's see. They are modified in attempt to enhance the beneficial effect. They are modified so that if they have less effects, so the effects of their beneficial effects can be increased. This can minimize the undesirable effects. The effects that are undesirable, we can remove them by synthetic manner. Increase solubility, increase stability, and improve pharmacokinetics. In the pharmacokinetics, wider distribution and longer half-life is given to any particular antibiotic. Let's see classification of antibiotic. The classification of antibiotics done based on two methods. First one is according to their mode of action, and the next one is based on their spectrum of action. So according to mode of action, the antibiotics are bacteriostatic and bactericidal, while based on their spectrum of action, they are of broad spectrum and of narrow spectrum. Let's describe these terms one by one. First one is bacteriostatic. Something static means to inhibit or to stop something. And bacteriostatic are the antibiotics that stop bacterial growth. If we discuss about bactericidal, cidal, the word indicates something that kills the microorganism. So we can say that bactericidal are some kind of antibiotics that have the ability to kill the bacteria, or if these are microbicidal, then these will inhibit all kind of microorganisms. You can see animation of the bacteriostatic and bactericidals are given. These are bacteriostatic and these stop bacteria from functioning. These stop bacterial functioning, while bactericidal, these are killing the microorganism. These are antibiotics that have the ability to kill the microorganisms. Next one is based on their spectrum of action. First one is broad spectrum. Broad spectrum is something or that kind of antibiotic that acts on a large scale, that can kill or inhibit a large kind of many kind of microorganisms, while the narrow spectrum antibiotics are something that kind of antibiotics that cannot kill a very vast variety of organisms. These are able to kill the same kind of organisms everywhere. You can see by the animation, this is broad spectrum antibiotics. This broad spectrum antibiotic have very variety. You can see it is a red, yellow, green, pink, blue, yellow, brown. These are very kind of varieties are present in the broad spectrum antibiotics, and these have ability to kill a large number of microorganisms. While in the case of narrow spectrum antibiotics, you can see these animations are only purple color of organisms shown here. So only one color is shown over here in the narrow spectrum, while many colors are shown in broad spectrum antibiotics. So we can say that that this is the difference, that broad spectrum have a large number of choices, while narrow spectrum antibiotics have a limited number of choices, and they can kill a narrow spectrum of microorganisms. Antibacterial agents. First of all, we will see what is definition of antibacterial agents. Synthetic or naturally occurring agent which can kill or inhibit the growth of bacterial cells. So, antibacterial agents can be synthetic, or these can be naturally occurring agents. Antibacterial agents may be chemicals that are produced by microorganisms. If these are produced by microorganisms, they are called natural antibiotics or natural antibacterial agents. And the example is penicillin. That is a very broad, that is a very well known antibiotic and used on a broad scale. Next one is cephalosporin. This is also a well-known antibiotic, and tetracycline. Once again, this is a very well-known antibiotic. And chloramphenicol. This is another antibiotic. These are some examples of antibiotics are given. If these are synthetic agents, then synthetic agents are sulfonamides and quinolones. These two antibiotics are synthesized in the laboratory. Here a difference between bactericidal and bacteriostatic antibiotics are given. Bactericidal are antibiotics that will function, destroy or kill bacteria, while bacteriostatic are antibiotics will function to stop or slow the growth of bacteria. Although we have already discussed these two, but you can see here by the animation examples are given in the category of bacteriostatic and bactericidal. In the case of bactericidal, examples are aminoglycosides, beta-lactam, vancomycin, quinolones, rifampin and metronidazole. If we talk about bacteriostatic, then examples are chloramphenicol, erythromycin, clindamycin, sulfonamides, trimethoprim and tetracyclines. These are bacteriostatic. These are the antibiotics that doesn't kill the bacteria. The classification of bacteria or the classification of antibiotics is given. You can see aminoglycosides, it contains kanamycin. Ansa-macrolides, it contains rifamycin. Beta-lactam contains ampicillin. Chloramphenicol and analogues. Lincosaminides, it contains lincomycin. Next classification is macrolides, it contains erythromycin. Nucleosides, it contains puromycin. Oligosaccharides, it contains curamycin. Peptides contain neomycin. Polyenes contain amphotericin B. Polyethers contain nigracin. Tetracyclines contain chlorotetracycline. Another one is phenazymes and it contains myxine. This is a brief overview of classification of antibiotics. This is a structure of bacteria is given and these are some antibiotics are given that inhibit what kind of organism, what kind of organ or what structure these inhibit. According to the structure inhibiting, the classification of antibiotics is given. Plasma membrane. Some antibiotics that inhibit plasma membrane are polymyxins and it contains polymyxin B and colistin. Lipopeptide and it contains daptomycin. These are the antibiotics that inhibit the plasma membrane of the bacteria. Another one is ribosome inhibiting antibiotics. First of all, we will see the antibiotics that will inhibit 30S subunit. So first antibiotic is aminoglycosides and tetracycline. These inhibit 30S subunit of ribosome. Next comes 50S subunit. 50S subunit inhibiting antibiotics are macrolides, lincosamides, chloramphenicol and oxazolidinones. Some antibiotics that inhibit metabolic pathways are folic acid synthesis inhibiting are sulfonamides, sulfones and trimethoprim. While the antibiotics that inhibit mycolic acid synthesis is isoniazid. Antibiotic that inhibit cell wall synthesis, in this category beta-lactam, and beta-lactam include penicillins, cephalosporin, monobactams, and carbapenems. Other one that inhibit glycopeptide is vancomycin, and next antibiotic that inhibits cell wall is bacitracin. DNA synthesis inhibiting antibiotics are fluoroquinolones, and it includes ciprofloxacin, levofloxacin, and moxifloxacin, while the antibiotics that inhibit RNA synthesis are rifamycins, and this include rifampin. So let's see common antibacterial antibiotics. Selected antibiotics and their mode of action is given. So the very first point is antibiotics that inhibit synthesis of peptidoglycan causing osmotic lysis. First one is penicillin. Penicillins include penicillin G, penicillin V, methicillin, ampicillin, oxacillin, amoxicillin, ticarcillin, carbanicillin, piperacillin, mesoxicillin, vacampicillin. Next one is penicillin plus beta-lactamase inhibitors. These include amoxicillin plus clavulanate. Next is ticarcillin plus clavulanate. Next one is ampicillin plus sublactam. Next is imipenem plus cilastatin. Next is piperacillin plus tazobactam. Cephalosporins include cefaclor, cefadroxil, cefamandol, cefazolin, and cefazolin include Ensaf, cefimixim, cefoperazone, cefepime, ceftibutane, cefprozil, cefpodoxime, cefonicide, cefotaxime, cefotatan, cefocytin, ceftazidime, ceftriaxone, ceftriaxone, cefuroxime, cefalaxin, cefapirine, and cefaradiene. Next comes carbapenems, and it includes imipenem and metropenem. Another one is carbacephalum, and it includes loracarbef. Next one is monobactams, and it includes aztreonam. Next one is glycopeptides, and it includes vancomycin and teicoplanin. Alters cytoplasmic membrane causing cellular leakage. It includes polymyxins and polymyxins include polymyxin B. Third antibiotic is ultrabacterial ribosomes causing faulty protein synthesis. It includes aminoglycosides. Aminoglycosides are amikacin, tobramycin, gentamicin, natilmycin, neomycin, streptomycin. Another one is tetracyclines. It includes tetracycline, oxytetracycline, minocycline, doxycycline, and democyclocyclines. Next antibiotic is macrolides, and it includes erythromycin, azithromycin, clarithromycin, dyrethromycin, and trolliendomycin. Next antibiotic is clindamycin and chloramphenicol. Other antibiotics that inhibit DNA replication by blocking DNA gyrase. It includes quinolones. Quinolones are norfloxacin, ciprofloxacin, ofloxacin, temafloxacin, enoxacin, levofloxacin, provafloxacin, and nalidixic acid. Next is antibiotics that inhibit bacterial DNA synthesis by blocking synthesis of tetrahydrofolic acid. First one was blocking DNA gyrase, and these are blocking synthesis of tetrahydrofolic acid. These include sulfonamides. So sulfonamides are sulfamethoxazole, sulfamethoxazole plus erythromycin, sulfamethoxazole, sulfamethiazole, and sulfasalazine. Next one is trimethoprime, and another one is trimethoprime plus sulfamethoxazole. Another antibiotics with multiple actions that blocks aerobic energy production and synthesis of proteins, DNA, RNA, and cell wall, and these are nitrofurantoin. Next antibiotic that are anti-tuberculosis drugs, and these are rifampin, and isoniazid, ethambutol, capreomycin, cycloserine, ethionamide, pyrazinamide, streptomycin, rifabutin, rifampin plus isoniazid, and pyrazinamide. So thank you very much guys for watching this session. Our techniques of microbiology diagnostic techniques are almost complete. Thank you very much for watching this whole session from first lecture. Guys, follow ITLS Academy on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, WhatsApp, and LinkedIn. For latest videos and updates, you can subscribe ITLS Academy on YouTube, and you can also get it on Google Play Store. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, then like, share, and subscribe ITLS Academy. For any helpline or query, you can call us our helpline number 7080833450. You can also reach us on www.itlsacademy.com. Thank you very much again for watching this session. Many other diagnostic techniques, many certificate courses are available on ITLS Academy website. You can refer to that. Thank you very much.